This is my vegetable garden, and as I've been out of the country for 6 months, it has been quite neglected. So I'm going to take it all out and start over again. In these 2 beds I've been growing strawberries, but they take up most of the space of my tiny vegetable garden. So I'm going to take these out and make room for some vegetables. I absolutely love strawberries. I will grow them again, but this time in containers. I will show you that as soon as my bare root strawberries have arrived. So I'm going to clear out all the plants in my vegetable garden, and I will be making some raised beds. So I'm going to take some measurements for them. I start with clearing out the herb bed. I want to keep this sage, so I cut it back and dig it out. There are also a few mint plants that I want to keep. The lavender plants are full of weeds. I do want to keep them, so I dig them up and remove as many weeds as possible. I loosen up the soil by digging and raking it. When I put a raised bed on top of it, I will mix the soil with the new layer of compost. I love thyme as a medicinal plant for coughs and sore throat, so this one I will keep as well. There are a few mint plants in this bed that I want to keep as well, but this bed is full of a weed called liverwort. It grows in shady, moist conditions, often in nurseries. I don't want to transfer it into the other beds, so I will grow this mint into a pot to stay on top of it. But first I'm going to replant my herbs so that the roots don't dry out. I dig a hole and make sure that it is planted at the same depth as it was before. The lavenders go back in as well. I trim the mint and pop it into the soil. I'm going to clear this bed because I want to make a raised bed from it, and there's also a lot of weeds here in between, but there are some plants that I want to keep, like this mint. I love to drink some fresh mint tea in summer, so I'm going to save this one. There's a lot of dead wood in between, so I'm going to cut that off. Usually mint dies back in the winter, but we haven't had that much frost, so there's still some green leaves on it. And then I'm going to take the soil from that other bed because I know there are no weeds in there. I'm placing 3 mint plants in the pot, as these will be in here only temporary, and I will space them out when I plant them into their new bed. So over here I have a parsley. I'm going to dig it out as well and put it into a pot. Same again, covered in weed. I remove all the liverwort and prune the damaged and yellow foliage. Fill the pot with soil. Pop in the parsley and fill with soil again and firm it in. Mint make these runners. Those are tiny new plants, so I'm going to cut these off. And then you can also put this one in a pot, and it is a perfectly new plant, so I'm going to keep this one. Mint is very easy to propagate. Cut a runner with roots into smaller pieces and pop it in a container with soil. If you grow mint, you might want to grow it in containers, as they can take over a garden. Somehow I have such poor soil that they do not grow very well here, so I can grow them into the garden. Herbs do like dry soil, but they do need watering after they have been planted. So now that the plants have a drink, I think I do deserve a drink as well. Enjoying a nice cup of tea in the winter sun amongst the fragrance of lovely herbs. Now it is time to prune this hydrangea Annabelle. It produces flowers on the new growth, so it can be cut back down to the ground. I'm getting this pot out of the way so that I can clean this strawberry bed. These are the forget-me-nots that I sowed in autumn and need to be planted out in the garden. But first I'm digging up all the strawberries. These are all plants that are quite woody and suffered from the drought last year, so throw them away and I will start with new plants that I will grow into containers, so that they don't take up precious space in my vegetable garden beds. These plants look fine, but it is a variety that didn't produce many berries, so I don't want to keep them. When my new plants arrive, I will show you how I plant them and which varieties I grow. I try to remove as much of the liverwort and other weeds as possible, and I hope by adding a thick layer of compost on top of the soil, I will get rid of them completely. This is the last bed that needs clearing out. When I started in October last year, my vegetable garden looked like a jungle, completely taken over by raspberries, ivy and lots of weeds. After a lot of hard work, pruning, digging, raking, removing ivy, cutting back raspberries and clearing out beds, my vegetable garden turned into a nice open space, ready to get some raised beds in it. It even has a little polytunnel. I will share a dedicated video about setting up my polytunnel. It already looks so much better. I'm very pleased with my little polytunnel, but I can't start planting yet. I want to make some raised beds. The problem is that I've been struggling with growing fruits and veg and other plants as well in this garden, because these houses were built on contaminated soil. They have sanitized the soil by burning it, which means that there is no life in the soil at all. The last couple of years I have been trying to improve it by adding compost, but still plants are not really happy here. So that's why I'm going to make these raised beds and fill it with compost. And then hopefully I'm able to grow lots of fruits and veg this year. In the next video I will build a polytunnel and fill it with lovely vegetables. I will be transplanting the raspberries and I will be making raised beds. And I'm getting the first plants and seeds into the soil. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you ever so much for watching and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. See you next time.